When the internet dies, it doesn't scream. It doesn't warn you. 1 second, the world hums in bright screens and constant updates. The next, everything stops. No messages, no maps, no notifications, no feeds, just emptiness. People freeze, most panic, most wander aimlessly searching for signals that will never return. Not you. Survival begins the instant the digital heartbeat falters. And surviving this collapse isn't about power grids or satellites. It's about humans, muscle memory, stubbornness, and reclaiming control over a world you forgot how to navigate offline. The first truth, the internet is fragile. It is wires, servers, routers, and humans keeping it alive. Cut a backbone, crash a hub, overload the grid, and civilization doesn't explode, it freezes. Payments vanish, GPS apps die, messaging halts. The life you built on glowing rectangles becomes opaque. Screens won't save you. You survive by thinking analog, by trusting your senses, your judgment, your ability to act without guidance from blinking lights.
You start with your own tools. Your phone, even without connection, is a flashlight, a compass, a camera, a notebook, and a storage device. Airplane mode is your shield. Every ounce of battery is precious. Use it for light, for orientation, for recording the world in ways that can guide you later. The simplest devices become survival-grade instruments. Next, knowledge. Paper is power. Write down phone numbers, addresses, instructions, maps. Print anything you can now while the network sputters. Once the internet dies, tangible information becomes contraband-level valuable. Ink never crashes, servers always do. Each scribbled note, folded map, printed list is a lifeline in a world that forgot how to operate without digital scaffolding. Navigation is suddenly physical. GPS satellites hum above, but without apps, the signals are useless unless interpreted. Streets, landmarks, rivers, and the sun itself become instruments. Muscle memory awakens. You remember the park behind your apartment, the turn that leads to the main road, the river bend that indicates north. Your city, neighborhood, forest, they are now maps written in light, shadow, and human observation. Offline knowledge outperforms blinking arrows every time.
Communication transforms. Without texts, calls, or social media, radios ascend. Walkie-talkies, ham units, cheap analog devices, they transmit directly, without dependency. Build a small local network. Reach the people who matter. While the world waits for signals to return, you can coordinate, warn, guide, and receive. Analog stubbornness beats digital fragility. Knowing how to talk without apps becomes as critical as having water or food. Supplies become real, tangible, and urgent. Stores that depend on online ordering and stock tracking collapse. Shelves empty, not from panic, but because the system forgets how to function. You don't hoard, you prepare. Water, shelf-stable food, batteries, first aid, warmth, enough to survive the first shockwave. Enough to remain operational while others flounder. Scarcity is now measured not in days, but in minutes. Remember one thing: misinformation spreads faster than the wind.
Without verification, the imagination fills gaps. Rumors ignite panic. Observation and logic become weapons. Look with your eyes, listen with your ears. Question the loudest voice. Calm is not optional. It is armor. While everyone else chases noise, you filter fact from fiction. You act with clarity. And in a world suddenly stripped of instant answers, clarity becomes the rarest form of strength. People cling to any story, any theory, any whispered explanation that makes them feel less powerless. But you don't chase shadows, you study them. Where others drown in speculation, you navigate with precision. Your environment becomes your system. Neighborhoods replace servers. Local knowledge becomes power. Human connections replace likes. Cooperation replaces convenience. You trade resources, share news, and form a network that relies on skill, trust, and timing rather than algorithms. You learn who you can rely on, who panics, who leads, who listens. Communities become the new infrastructure, imperfect, improvised, but alive. Psychology becomes survival strategy.
The internet trained your brain for constant confirmation, notifications, pings, and alerts. When it vanishes, panic claws at you. Breathe. Silence is not threat, it is clarity. Awareness sharpens. The world slows. You notice what was previously invisible, the way wind bends the trees, footsteps on gravel, shadows in corners, patterns of movement in people, subtle signals of danger or opportunity. Observation is your new GPS, your new internet. Every sound becomes a clue. Every glance becomes information. Every instinct that technology muted comes roaring back. Redundancy is your shield. Mechanical tools, flashlights, printed manuals, physical locks, they never crash. Batteries run out, algorithms vanish, but simplicity endures. You learn to rely on things that work offline, that never require updates, that never betray you. Skill, memory, and preparation outweigh convenience. Each analog tool becomes a reminder that the world still functions without being plugged into anything. Energy management becomes critical. Devices are finite. Solar chargers, spare batteries, hand-powered generators, each is a lifeline. Lights are precious. Each use is deliberate.
Each hour of power is rationed like food. The smallest misstep can cost days of operational capacity. You learn discipline the way others learn fear. Adaptability is your superpower. You treat the outage as a lesson. Convenience is fragile. Resilience is not. Every map, every offline file, every calm thought, every habit prepared in advance strengthens your position. When signals return, you will not scramble. You will glide back into connection while others panic, blinded by reliance on a system they assumed would never fail. Survival is physical, mental, and social. Your senses awaken in silence. Your memory sharpens. Your instincts recalibrate. Muscle memory becomes guidance. Observation becomes intelligence. Calm becomes weaponized. And when the world flickers back online, when servers hum and screens blink, you will not need any of them to survive. You will already have mastered the silence. You will have adapted. You will have won.
If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit subscribe and join us here at Viral, where we simplify the world one story at a time. Your support helps us create more clear, visual explanations of the events shaping our future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.